Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this third-party figure showcase and review, we're going to be looking at the Iron Factory Spear of Marbas, which I'm sure you can tell already is a Legends take on a Generation 1 Leozak figure. So what we're going to do with this video, we're going to have a detailed look at him in both of his modes. I'll be decide how you want to display him. We're going to have a look at his little breast force gimmick, see how that works and how it compares to the original figure. We can also again do some comparisons with the original Generation 1 figure, and I've also got a couple of the other Iron Factory Leozak breast force bots, so we can have a look at how they're all starting to come together. So as I start to move a few of these things out of the way, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now please, and also to thank Shozy, because that's where you can get this from, and there's a direct link in the description. Right, I've also got my original Leozak there as well, so we can have a quick look in comparison with that. What I'm going to start off with though is the packaging, because the packaging is beautiful. So he comes packaged in robot mode, pretty much like that. Now you're probably wondering, why on earth does he have such a huge box? And I'm going to show you that in a second. We've got product images there, and then on the back again we've got product images. You can see he's going to form the chest of Leozak, and again we've got a few different accessories. Now when I show you what actually comes inside the packaging, there's a reason why I'm not showing you everything, because pretty much most of it is for the combiner mode, and I'm going to be doing separate videos on all the combining parts. So we've got two spear attachments there, we've got the main combiner head, we've got the main combiner chest plate, and all of these parts which combine together to make a huge set of weapons. In fact, the best way I can do is show you that now in a picture. Now the reason why I can't do it is because you need all 6 of the bots, and as you can see there at the bottom, there's some of the weapons that come with everything, and that's again all what you can do. But again, with regards to the combining parts and with regards to the actually combining, that will be coming up very soon. Right, let's start off with the robot mode then, because that's what I've transformed my Generation 1 one into. So you can see there, it's a really good likeness, to be fair. They've gone straight for, I suppose, the much more cartoon accurate head, which is just fantastic. Funnily enough, and again, these are in a completely different league, but what I like about this is they've got the breast force gimmick. Now this, again, that's a legitimate thing. That's what they were known as in the 80s. It was known as the breast force, and that's the first time I've attached this one to here. I probably shouldn't have, by the looks of that. There you go. So this does fit into the chest, and again this would transform into a little beast, into like a sort of little, I'll show you that in a second. And then this is the other one, because obviously I've got 2, and they transform into weapons as well as little creatures. So some of them are lions, some of them are bats, some of these are flying things, and this one I think, again, funnily enough, is like a little lion, which you can see there. So that's the original vintage one. And again, as I say, they can transform into guns as well. So they've just completely copied the vintage gimmick, which is brilliant. You've got a different and easier choice of selection. Those you've got either the chest plate like that. You've actually got the little beast as well, which, to be honest, you can transform and you can attach it exactly the same as what that is. But what I like about the fact that they've got all these separate is you don't need to. You can just keep them however they are, however you want them. And the same with the gun mode. The gun mode all comes separate. So you've got the beast, which you can have the gun, and you've got the chest piece. They all come as one, which is brilliant, to be honest. The fists that he comes with are the closed fists, like so. The articulation on the head will go all the way around, no problem whatsoever. If you can, the ball and socket joints for the shoulders, so you can take them all the way out. You can go near enough all the way around, but you'd have to do it in 2 phases because the wings get in the way. But you can move the wings as well, to be honest. So if you wanted to, I don't think you'd need to, but obviously the wings do become a bit of a hindrance. There's also, you just have to separate this slightly off the back, and you can do a complete waist swivel unless but you do have to separate the tabs at the back there. There's a swivel at the top of the shoulder, there's bicep flexion, and because you can replace all the fists, which I'm going to show you in a second, like so, there is of course wrist articulation as well. So on the legs were on ball and socket as well, and they will kick out only as far as the skirts and the back kib will let you, to be honest, but they will go all the way to the side. So if you wanted to, you can do the splits that way, but you can't the other way. There's a thigh cut, there's a knee bend, and there's an ankle tilt, rock, toe tap. Every single thing to do with that you can do, no problem whatsoever, which is great. So I'm going to take, there's another, what is there? There's 3 more pairs of hands there, so it's up to you. Again, these figures are fully posable, loads of cool things that you can do with them. I'm just going to take, hopefully I'm going to take the left fist. Is that the left one? No, typically it's the right one. Let's just empty them all out. So you've got open hand, you've got like a stop hand as well, 2 of them. And yes, let's go with this. So what you would do, you see, you would take the spear, you would take the one end off, you would then pre-thread it. I think that's probably is that the correct terminology? I'm not too sure. Do that anyway. So pre-locate it, ready, and then you would just reattach the hand. Oh, that's just gone in, turned in typically. So you may have to apply a little bit of pressure underneath, because once you push that in, I imagine, oh, there you go, it went in no problem. I was going to say, imagine with it being a new toy, this might cause me a bit of a problem, but it didn't, which is great. So there you go, that is him with that particular spear, which is fantastic. And as I say, you can see, I suppose you can get a gauge of how big the legend scale figure is going to be compared to the original. With all the combined parts, it's looking, you can't even see how high my hand is. He's going to be much, much bigger, but they've kept the true Generation 1 aesthetic, and he is going to be, as I say, the chest as well. So just a quick, oops, show you there on that picture. See, it's still the chest, which is great. In fact, what I'm going to start to do is just move a few of these out of the way now, just in case anybody knows, there is a reason why I've not folded out that foot. Of course, it's gold plastic syndrome, just in case anybody says, why have you not folded the foot out? That's the reason for that. Anyway, right, let's move all of the boxes out of the way and then just bring the figures back in again, just for a couple of little quick comparisons, and indeed, I suppose, sort of display ideas. Because I think the thing with these, because they're going to be so good, it's going to be interesting to see how people do display them. And please do let me know in the comments how you're going to be displaying them. Are you going to be displaying them in robot mode, or are you going to be displaying them in alt mode, or is he just going to go combine it, or perhaps a little crazy and get multiple ones? So to give you an idea of how big these are, if you collect legend scale, that is a Optimus Prime from New Age. That, of course, is the Generation 1 figure. I'm just going to move that away for a second. That's a Magic Square figure. Soundwave. So there we go. We've got a few different, I suppose, third-party figures there. To give you guys an idea, though, if you're like me and mainly collect mainline figures, there is a core class Optimus Prime. And then right here, we've got a deluxe Bumblebee. So they are usually in between core and sort of deluxe size figures. They were, of course, both very small. Well, that was a very small deluxe figure. In fact, I've got a couple of others here as well. That's a mainline, so a much smaller Transformers 1 figure, and that's the actual deluxe. So that gives you an idea of the size of that particular figure. Let's have a look at the alternate mode then. So to make the video a bit quicker, and again, as I've already said, you've probably seen I've already uploaded a transformation tutorial. What I will have to do, though, very quickly, I didn't pull down the landing gear. Let's do this. So this is the jet mode. Looks lovely. It's really nice. The transformation isn't too taxing either. There's landing gear in here, which can sometimes be, and is going to prove to be right now, quite difficult to get out. On the back of the heels, it's exactly like that. There we go. So there's the landing gear. And the detail on the cockpit is great. It is actually translucent plastic, which I really like. Again, you can adjust these wings, you can adjust them, you can adjust the tail, fins and wings as well. Everything holds together pretty neatly, but you can see here what I mean about the fists. They've got to be, oh sorry, I didn't say that in this video, I said it in the transformation. They've got to be the closed fists, because the open hands just, again, stick out really badly, and these ones you can't even put in. So let me very quickly, and I didn't really want to do this, but it's not too difficult, show you it compared to the original Generation 1. The transformation process, to be honest, as well, is sort of quite similar with regards to that. So there's your G1, and there is your new third party. So, you know, the homage is there. It's perfect, isn't it? Of course, they are lacking the Decepticon symbols because they're third-party figures. However, it shows they always send out little sticker transfers as well. So if you wanted to, you could easily put your own on as well. The other good thing as well is you can take the chest piece off if you want to. It's entirely up to yourself. And as I say, you've got a choice of how you want to use the chest in 3 different ways. That is Jaruga, another one of the other Lyokaiser bots from Iron Factory. So yeah, they're all starting to shape up nicely, to be honest. So we only need 2 now. We just need the other 2 jets, Hellbat and Skyhawk. Again, just to give you an idea, I suppose, compared to some mainline figures, that is a Earthrise Prime. Funny enough, I've got the other one here as well, the Transformers one. I'm knocking everything down today, but I'm going to keep it in because there's no point in a bloopers roll, because it just happens, unfortunately. Right, this is a Voyager jet though, so you can see how much smaller that is. It's way smaller than that, and to be honest, there isn't really much more to say about them. These are fun little figures. They display really well in both modes, but I personally can't wait to see what they're going to look like when they're fully combined. But there you go, he just fell back over, so I'm going to pick him back up. Here they are. This of course was the Iron Factory Spear of Marbas figure. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys, and as I say, stay tuned for the full combining video as soon as we get the last two as well. Thanks for watching, take care.